I honestly don't know how to start this video, but I've been wanting to talk about this for a while on and off. Maybe nobody will ever really give this video a chance, maybe you will, but why is it so many of us out there love Souls games or playing it? And with the release of Shadow of the Erdtree, I've been putting a lot of time into it, and it's like 5:30 a.m. where I'm at. I can't sleep because I'm just thinking and reflecting on my life and my journey, much like the first time I've ever played a Souls game, which was Dark Souls 1. I remember my sister was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of this game called Dark Souls?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so, but I don't really know what all there is to it." And she was like, "Yeah, you should check it out. I think you might like it." And I was like, "Well, what's to the game? Tell me about it." And she's like, "Well, from my understanding, it's a game where about overcoming obstacles and you're probably going to be dying a lot." And when she told me this at the time, God knows how long, it's been years now, I was like, I wasn't quite sold on the idea, you know what I mean? But it's coming from my sister, so why not check it out? And ever since then, I've fallen in love with this now popularized subgenre, Souls-like, soulsborne, Souls game from FromSoftware. It was the level design, the amount of times I just kept dying, and when am I gonna get better at this freaking game? Is this how my journey is going to be? And then coming to realize that so many of us out there felt the same way. That first Souls game for you, whether it was Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1 or 2 or 3 or Elden Ring, whatever it was, you know what I mean? I remember at one point in my life, I was going through a really bad breakup, and during that time, I went to play Life is Strange and Dark Souls 3, an interesting combination, right? And everything like that. And those two games got me through a very hard time at that point in my life. Made me realize that, no matter what it is that ever happens to you in life, the obstacles and challenges that you may face, the life is always worth it to keep on living. And it's actually a tattoo that I have on my arm, a Life is Strange butterfly, as well as Keep on Living. And it meant a lot to me playing those two games. It was almost like, therapeutic and everything. Not didn't realize that that's what I needed in my life at the time, because at that point I wasn't really gaming all too much, just focused on. But I think that's the reason why so many of us, there's plenty of video essays out there. I've always praised Daryl Talks Game, did a really good video on why Souls game saved me, and I feel like I'm in the same boat as well when it comes to that. You like some people, like I'm glad thanks to Elden Ring, more people are put on and get the appeal of why people love these kind of games. But yeah, it's the self-efficacy of seeing how you improve like over time, because it's like, it's like any other game too that you would play, a fighting game or a shooter. When you first start, nobody's a pro or great at it right off rip. It takes time for you to build those sort of skills, because even I could remember when I was playing, when it was my first time playing a shooter, like an online multiplayer shooter. Growing up, I love Hitman, I love Splinter Cell, I love playing games like that, but playing an online shooter where you're facing and dealing with other human enemies, it's completely different. And I remember all those times playing Call of Duty and going like 0 and 20, 0 and 30, before gradually I was actually able to hold a neutral KD, yet alone a positive one eventually, when that shift starts to change. And so it's no different than when you're playing a Souls game where you're dying just over and over again, just your head banging against the wall. And then one day you notice like, oh, I'm starting to get it now. I'm understanding the attack patterns of this boss. I'm in the rhythm and I'm in the flow of dodging these attacks, or my timing is on point with parrying this boss. Yeah, I think that's the part of the reason why so many of us love Souls games. Seeing that improvement from yourself compared to when you first started playing the game. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on how you feel about the Souls games, or what was it for you that made you fall in love with Souls game, or what does it mean to you? I would love to read through your comments if you would like to share. The other part for me too is just like, I think back at Dark Souls 1 and I love like the world design. To me, Dark Souls 1 is a masterpiece despite how clunky the mechanics were and everything. The world design and the interconnectedness of it all, to get back to the Firelink Shrine and that music just playing. Like, to me, it's still one of my favorite Souls game. Like, Elden Ring is definitely up there. I'm still playing through Shadow of the Erdtree. And those bosses are tough as shit, man. But going through the DLC right now and kind of just reliving a brand new experience, but in the same world, that sense of wonder the first time I played Elden Ring. And just like the sense of discovery, running around and not knowing what you're going to find next. And I didn't think that I would be able to like re-experience that for the first time, and yet here we are with Shadow of the Erdtree, and it's been great. I put an ungodly amount of time, I think, so far, just playing it when I can, going around and exploring and trying to get good and get better at freaking dodging, because I'm so rusty now since my transition over to PC. I've been playing a lot of the Souls game on keyboard and mouse, but yeah, it's just a ramble for me. If you guys listen to this, feel free to share with me your thoughts as well. But yeah, I should probably try to get some sleep now, but I just felt like I wanted to get these thoughts out there. Maybe this would resonate with you, maybe not, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want. If not, that's cool.